Josh Bell limbering up for game 2 of the series. He's been on fire last 9 games, hitting at .400, 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. And Eric Hosmer on the other side for the Padres at .304 with a home run, 7 RBIs, got himself a 6-game hitting streak. It's game 2 of the 4-game series between the Pirates and the Padres. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at PNC Park. Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, Mark, heading into this game tonight, the Padres have gotten some very good pitching, especially from their veteran pitching staff.
They need veteran leadership in the starting role. That's what wins you ball games. You look at good teams throughout the American League and National League, it starts with the starting pitching. So how about these savvy veterans? Tyson Ross going tonight. The slider is the big story about him, but he's got to pitch well. But you look at Clayton Richard, the ground ball specialist, and Jordan Lyles, who was perfect, 7+ innings. Pittsburgh is 15-6 at home. What does Tyson Ross need to do to beat these Buccos? They're second in the National League, hitting .260. So let's go back to his last start. Could not find the crosshairs. This is leading off the ball game against Tommy Pham. Couldn't find the breaking ball, couldn't locate the fastball. You got a call there. Now here's the thing. As a veteran pitcher, you go through the first hitter. It's how quickly can you turn it around? If you're missing with the fastball, let's go to another breaking ball. Maybe that release point will get out in front a little bit. And what do you know? Tyson Ross has been around the block. He's going to dot both sides of the plate with the cutter. And what's the wipeout pitch, Don? It's the slider. He can go away to lefties. He can go to that back foot for the swing and miss. But the one thing is certain, Tyson Ross knows how to make the adjustment if he gets in trouble. That's what makes him so good. Hopefully right out of the gate, he's lights out this evening.
Matched up against Ivan Nova tonight in game 2 of the series. Well, leading off will be Travis Jankowski. He's been on fire since his recall. First pitch is next after this from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Baseball brought to you by the Memphis Barbecue Thick Burger, only at Carl's Jr. and only for a limited time. Pick it up. By Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Petco, the pet company. And by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. Star Wars night here tonight at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. As we welcome you inside PNC Park, it is cloud covered, been raining from time to time lightly here, which is good news because the forecast was not very good yesterday for today, much better. And expecting rain later on tonight. We're always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County bring us the weather report. 68 degrees, east breeze at 12 miles per hour. Right now, cloud covered in Pittsburgh. As promised, Travis Jankowski leads it off here in the top of the first inning. Von Nova ready to work, and his first pitch of the night is going to miss for ball one. Jankowski starting the night hitting at .360 with a home run and a run batted in. There's a ground ball through the left side into left field, a base hit. Leadoff single for Jankowski starts things here in the first inning. All right, fans, who are you joining forces with tonight? It's Saquon Pick the Stick. Weigh in on Twitter for a chance to win a free lunch buffet for two at Saquon Casino. Just hashtag I'm with the last name of the broadcaster you want to join forces with. If they win, you could win too. One random winner selected nightly. You must be 18 and older to win. Follow us at Fox Sports SD for more details.
Look at you, hot shot.
Already got a base hit.
Already on the board.
Got a quick point. As Jankowski with a good sized lead at first base, held on by Josh Bell. And a ground ball headed to second base off the bat of Spangenberg. Is second for one, on the first for two. So 4-6 to 3 on the Twin killing, and quickly two down here in the first inning. Let's check out the Padres starting nine. Seeing Jankowski and Spangenberg. Eric Hosmer coming up as this Padres lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Franchi Cordero is in left with Rafi Lopez doing the catching. Franmil Reyes is in right field with Freddie Galvis at short. Carlos Asuaje at second base bats eighth, and Tyson Ross, the pitcher, out of the 9 spot. Two down here in the first inning, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer riding a 6-game hitting streak coming in and hitting overall 270, 6 homers. And 16 runs batted in.
Well, which Ivan Nova we're going to see tonight. When he's on his game, he gets a lot of ground balls. He had a stretch there in May to where he gave up a lot of runs and a lot of base runners. 3-game stretch in May, 12 1/3 innings, 14 earned runs and 25 hits. That's working a lot of out of the stretch.
In the dirt inside, blocked by Diaz.
Look at the defense behind Nova. In left field, Corey Dickerson. Austin Meadows in center field. Gregory Polanco in right. Colin Moran, Jordy Mercer, Adam Frazier, Josh Bell in the infield behind the plate. Elias Diaz. And the defense is brought to you by your San Diego Cadillac dealers.
Nova getting that double play here in the first inning to get 2 quick outs after the base hit by Jankowski. In the air, down the left field line, Corey Dickerson over towards the stands. Has got a play, and he makes it for the 3rd out of the first inning. Pirates are coming up. for Tyson Ross. And he went around and strikes out. So winning the battle is Tyson Ross. Now Tyson Ross has been very good and on the hill tonight for the Padres. Making his 9th start of the year. First pitch from Ross, going to miss inside Adam Frazier. Frazier did not play in last night's game at second base and in his 40th game of the year.
Well, like we talked about in our game open, I know it's only a couple of pitches, but Tyson Ross falling behind. And it's very, very key for Tyson, like any pitcher, to find that release point early so he can make some good quality pitches and expand that strike zone, getting ahead. See, they're either a 2-0 slider but missed, but still getting the idea, trying to get that release point consistent early on.
Now falling behind here, 3-0 to Adam Frazier. And we'll walk him on 4 pitches. Let's check out the Pirates starting 9. Adam Frazier just walked. He is the second baseman. For Clint Hurdle's 9. Gregory Blanco in right field bats second. Corey Dickerson in left field. Josh Bell at first base. Colin Moran at third base. Elias Diaz doing the catching. Austin Meadows makes his major league debut in center field. Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, bats 8th, and Ivan Nova, pitcher, out of the 9 spot. Austin Meadows making his major league debut. Lead runner on here for the Pirates in the first. And here is Gregory Blanco, right fielder for Pittsburgh.
I would have to say early on, Gregory Polanco, these Pirates, are they in take mode? Tyson Ross, you have to throw a strike.
Yeah, 5 straight balls to begin his outing.
And I've said it many times before, it just takes one good quality pitch to hit one on the ground with the shift on. Possibly try to turn 2.
Swing and a miss. There's the first strike of the game for Ross. Getting Polanco to go around.
Well, it's been a while since Tyson Ross has faced these buccos. First time since 2015, July 7th to be exact. He's got a nice 3.29 ERA against these Pirates.
Foul to the end of the Padres dugout. Padres housed on the first base side here at PNC Park.
Well, the 31-year-old Tyson Ross, as Don mentioned, making his 9th start. Sliders for strikes and cut fastball avoids the barrel. Now he throws the 4-seam fastball and the cutter, but sometimes the 4-seam fastball will cut a little bit. That's not by design. He just gets out in front a little bit, and maybe that release point, the way the ball comes out of his hand, creates a little bit of a cut to avoid that barrel of the bat, which can work to his advantage. And you can see the frustration from Tyson. He's trying to find it, man. He's throwing a lot of pitches, working behind.
Comes in with a 2-3 record, 3.40 earned run average. 9th start of the year for the veteran right-hander. Working with Adam Frazier at first base. Nobody out here in the first inning. And this one down the left field line towards the tarp area and foul.
That's one thing we don't want to see this series. We want to see that tarp covered and just
keep it right where it is.
Right where it is. Yeah.
Right over there. Yeah, when we first looked at the forecast when we arrived on the off day, there was rain every day. Last night got last night's game in. Tonight starting on time. That one almost got away. Jumping out of his crouch was Rafi Lopez. Frazier at first, nobody out, and 10 pitches deep into this first inning is Tyson Ross, battling himself right now, trying to get in a groove. Padres shifting right side of the infield, and they keep it tight to the infield. Liner down the right field line, foul.
Let's check out the defense behind Tyson Ross tonight in game 2 of this second game against the Pirates. At first base, Eric Hosmer, 1 error in 357 total chances. Rest of the infield, Asuaje, Galvis, Spangenberg. In the outfield, left, right, Cordero, Jankowski, and Reyes. Behind the plate, Rafael Lopez.
Payoff pitch again. Frazier's running at first, and that's ball 4. Tough way to start the ball game for Tyson Ross. Back-to-back walks to open up his outing.
Yeah, he kind of looks herky-jerky, not smooth in his delivery. And we take a look at the keys of the game.
Brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
1 and 2 get on for 3 and 4. Talking about the Padres lineup, Jankowski got on, but Spangenberg, he hit into 4.63, and then Eric Hosmer, and then Frenchie Cordero hitting 4th tonight. Hopefully that comes to fruition. And no free outs for the Bucks. Last night there was an error that led to the winning run for this Pittsburgh Pirate team to have them take game 1 of the series. 5-4 victory for Pittsburgh.
2 on, nobody out, and Corey Dickerson coming up. .318 average, 5 homers and 27 runs batted in. That'll drop in there for strike 1.
That was at 90 miles an hour. Looked like a cut fastball. Biggest compliment a pitcher can give to his pitching coach after a visit is fire a strike. And Tyson Ross did just that.
Foul back to the screen. 0-2.
This is a good lineup, Ton. Second in average in the National League for Pittsburgh.
Score a lot of runs.
Yes, they do.
Second in that category.
They're tough to beat here at home. 15-6 going into tonight's game here at PNC Park.
Lead all major league teams with 78 runs scored on Fridays for whatever reason. Also a .371 on base percentage on Fridays. 0-2 is foul back to the screen.
You know what's unbelievable looking at the schedules and the records? The Pirates have already played 12 games interleague. They're 10-2 in interleague play.
It's a lot of interleague play early. Glenn Hurdle at the helm and what has been a surprising beginning. First place team, National League Central. Half game better than the Brewers to begin the day. I don't think anybody expected that. The likes of the Cubs in this division, the Cardinals.
Looks like it's a division that's there's going to be a lot of leapfrogging going on in the NL Central. Very tight right now with the exception of the Cincinnati Reds.
Frazier at second, Polanco at first, and Dickerson battling it down 0-2, and now has fouled off some pitches and continues this battle with Josh Bell waiting on deck.
See how Dickerson's choking up a good 3-4 inches on that shillelagh.
Grounder up the middle, could be 2. Galvis will touch second, fired to first for a double play. Now Tyson Ross needed that in a big way and able to induce it. The 6-3 twin killing, 2 down.
Just takes 1 pitch. Tyson Ross gets his grounder, and I'll tell you what, that is a sigh of relief. Yeah, you've got 1 runner left out there. You've got 1 more out to get, but this is tailor-made. No reason for Freddie to give it up. I'll take it myself. Starts his throw before he hits the bag. 1 swift move from the Padres shortstop.
So 2 big outs after the back-to-back walks to start Ross's outing. And here's Josh Bell. Down and in, has him jumping back out of the way.
To me, when a pitcher's missing like that, righty down and into a lefty, and this is just me looking at it, he's kind of rushing with his body a little bit and his arm's not catching up, so therefore he has to really overcompensate and he starts yanking it out in front. Sometimes the arm is not in sync with the body going forward. That just might be something that Tyson's dealing with. Not saying that's the case. Yes, he did.
Offers 1-1.
See, when his front foot lands, where his throwing arm is, okay? So when his foot lands, see his arm is still kind of back a little bit, but you know, you're splitting hairs. Sometimes if he's a little bit more up on top, ready to go, that could be all the difference in a good quality pitch.
In the air to left field. Cordero moving back, still going. That's going to be over his head, off the bottom of the wall. One run is scored, and into second goes Josh Bell with an RBI wall ball double. Cordero did not get a real good read on that ball in left field.
He did not. He kind of drifted on that ball rather than going back and sprinting. As an outfielder, you can read the ball off the bat. You can hear the ball off the bat. Bell takes his fastball the opposite way. Kid's some kind of strong. Now Franchi going back. Actually, you know, once he gets name and number towards the infield, it was all lost. No chance of getting that one. Went one way, ball went the other way. Couldn't catch up. Just a bad route, bad read.
RBI double for Bell. First hit off Ross is an extra base hit. And Colin Moran will take ball one.
And you know what, Don, the wind is blowing in. I know they got that high scoreboard out in left field, but still the flags are blowing straight in from left, and it just goes to show you how strong Josh Bell is. He hit that ball really well to the opposite field.
.21 pitches so far here in the first, not out of it yet. And a strike over the inside corner. On a strike here to Moran. Swing and a miss up over the top of that pitch. So one of the two walks Ross handed out to begin this first inning turns into a run. Got a big double play. And the Pirates enjoy a 1-0 advantage. A lot of first inning pitches for Tyson Ross, dealing with the third baseman Colin Moran. Two and two. .292, 3 homers, and 21 runs batted in for Moran. 38th game that he's gotten into. Fouled off outside first, and it hangs at 2 and 2. In terms of rookies, RBI leaders, Christian Villanueva at the top of that list with 22. Colin Moran second with 21, and Franchi's got 17. Moran trying to drive in another here for the Pirates in the first inning. On the ground, softly hit towards Aswahe. Third out in this first inning, but a run for the Pirates. The end of one. Pittsburgh on top 1-0. We head to inning number 2. And it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Gosh, I love trivia so much.
What is the major league record for most one-hitters pitched by a team in a single season?
One-hitters.
Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. What did I say?
No, you said one-hitters.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think one-hitters.
Oh, you're just talking out loud?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just going to belt it out. Just yell it out.
Oh, that's so different. Franchi Cordero, 252. 6 homers, 17 runs batted in.
We talked about it recently, how you would agree. You've probably seen better one-hitters thrown than no-hitters, right?
Yeah. Oh, all the time. It's amazing how that works out and what it takes to get a no-hitter.
And how many balls are rocketed right at guys in no-hitters in spectacular plays? And then that one hitter that a guy throws, it's a little broken bat number on the infield, and it's just a spectacular pitched game, other than that one little hit.
Don't have to tell Padres fans about how hard it is to get a no-hitter.
Yeah. Still on the clock. We just saw a nice changeup right there from Nova as Tyson Ross going over the scouting report. The next 3 Pirates that he'll be facing.
Striking out is Cordero, looking right at the top of the zone at 94 for Ivan Nova, his first strikeout of the night.
Nova is not afraid to go inside with that 2-seam fastball that's right at the belt buckle, and Ted Barrett, the home plate umpire, says it's on the inside corner. Good quality pitch.
Now one down here in the second inning. Rafi Lopez coming up and moving up in the order. Rafi batting 5th for the Padres tonight. Getting a chance to play on a more regular basis, at least more regular than A.J. Ellis. 1-1.
Yeah, Andy likes the way the left-handed swing from Rafi Lopez against right-handers. He mentioned that even in spring training. The skipper for the Padres.
Rafi did have a very good spring. Swings here and hits a pop-up into shallow left. Mercer, the shortstop, calling and catching out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning for the Pirates. And I bring up Franmil Reyes.
I think Nova is going to rely on that 2-seam fastball quite a bit now. He throws it almost 50% of the time, 47 to be exact. He will throw a 4-seamer once in a while. But that curveball and changeup are his secondary pitches.
Reyes, so ground one, grass cutter to second base. And Frazier to first for the out. A 1-2-3 second. A 1-0 Pirates lead.
they were laying off the slider. So, you know, I really just started calling some cutters just to get a similar movement out of it, and kind of locks them back into the slider sometimes when they're not swinging at it. And then you can go right back to the slider because now they have that cutter in their head. So, yeah, it is fun to kind of help him make adjustments based on what the hitter's doing. And, you know, he's really receptive to it. And you know, he kind of lets me do my thing back there too. And then we just communicate in between innings and just stick with the game plan.
That's Rafi Lopez talking about his work with the veteran Tyson Ross. And Lopez and Ross were outstanding in the last outing of making adjustments within the first couple of innings. And Rafi talked about going to that cutter. It's a pitch that he can use to complement the slider, get him on track a little bit. And the thing that I love that he said also is that Tyson lets Rafi do his thing back there. So often, guys, veteran pitchers will get stuck in their ways, but Tyson Ross understands, look, sometimes the catcher is going to see things that I don't necessarily see. They work extremely well together, and he trusts Rafi back there. Let's see if he can get himself locked in here in the second inning.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Tough first inning. Could have been a lot worse, though. Walked the first two hitters. That big double play for the double by Bell. Grounder to short, and Freddie Galvis in time retires Diaz. So one down, and major league debut for Austin Meadows making his way to the plate. First round pick, 9th overall in 2013 by the Pirates. Age 23 here. Number 2 ranked prospect in the Pirates organization. Hit .294 with 10 doubles, a home run, and 15 RBIs in 32 AAA games.
It was a nice reception from the home crowd, huh?
Welcomed him very nicely.
Yeah.
There's his numbers with AAA Indianapolis. That's a fly ball to center field. Jankowski will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. But I know you love trivia. And it's time for our trivia question and answer. What is the MLB record for most one-hitters pitched by a team in a single season?
I'm going to say 8.
The answer is 6. 2015 Cleveland Indians.
It's a lot of one-hitters.
Yes, it is. 2 down here in the second inning for Jordy Mercer. Pirates shortstop batting for the first time tonight. Mercer now the pitcher spot next, and Devon Nova waiting on deck. And it's a 3-hopper out to Galvis at short. His throw is good, and the inning is over. Ross has a quick and easy 1-2-3 second, 1-0 Pirates.
a really good rest. Every time after the game, I just rest and try to eat good, try to work out every day, and just don't try to do too much. You know, right now I know what I have to do, and I just stay in my line, and I think try to eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and beside that, you know, I think the love and the respect for the game I have make me go in every day.
Freddie Galvis talking about how he is able to play in every single game so far this season for the Padres and plans to play in all 162, guys. He says he takes care of himself, he gets his rest, he drinks his water, but I love that he talks about his love and passion and respect for the game. He wants to be in there. He respects the game by being in there. The other interesting thing, guys, when he's going in a slump, he says he doesn't try to do too much to wear himself out, and it's worked. That's his 8th hit now in the last 5 games.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. He knows how to pace himself, that's for sure, playing in every game last year for the Philadelphia Phillies.
He's a gamer, plain and simple. You know what you're going to get when Freddie Galvis is in the lineup.
Good numbers against Ivan Nova, tonight's starter. He's got himself an infield hit here. The second Padres hit of the night. And brings up Carlos Suaje. Suaje getting a start at second base. Jose Pirela on the bench tonight, getting most of the starts at second base.
Carlos made 2 quality plays last night.
Yes,
after Freddie was ejected, he went into third base, showed off the glove, and also showed off the arm.
Check swing foul above the Pirates dugout, then into it. Pirates are housed on the third base side here at PNC Park. Suaje now, Ross next. San Diego batting here in the third with the Pirates on top 1-0. The breeze has picked up and blowing in. Sure feels like rain.
Yes, it does.
Didn't miss by a lot. 1-2. Nova thought it was a strike.
I love his facial expressions. Like, all right, well, maybe the next pitch.
Maybe the next strike I'll throw, he'll call a strike. In the air, down the left field line, headed towards the seats, and a foul ball. Now, of course, Carlos sent down to El Paso, but had not left his San Diego apartment yet when he got the call to come back. Rejoining the club on the homestand, so never did report to El Paso. And back with the team again. Fouled it off, stays alive. Yeah, he technically was optioned out to El Paso May 14th and recalled on May 15th, very next day. His last start was on May 5th. It was against the LA Dodgers, so it has been a while for him. Some 13 days in between starts, coming off the bench a lot while Jose Pirela was starting at second base. On the ground towards second. Frazier will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. 4-6-3 on the second double play turned by the Pirates in the infield tonight.
That's when you know that Nova is on his game. Mentioned the 2-seam fastball about 48% of the time. See where he darts this one. Down and away, you can see that Carlos tries to hook that ball. 2-seam router half and the perfect feed at the keystone. Turns 2.
2 down here in the third, and Tyson Ross, who is 2 for 14 at the plate this year. A couple of hits for him. 143 average, 196 overall in his career. Year number 9 in the big leagues for Tyson Ross.
You know, I know we tell this story all the time when we mention that Nova's on the hill, but he was a Padre on paper. He was drafted in the Rule 5 draft. That was back in 2008, and then returned to the Yankees the spring of '09. So spent some time in spring training with the Friars, but returned back to the Yankees.
You remember him working spring training?
You know, I do, yes. Remember hearing his name and seeing him twirl a couple times.
To short and Jordy Mercer. Ross is out, and so are the Padres in the 3rd inning. Done with 2.5, 1-0 Pirates. All right, Mike and Tony, thanks very much as we move along here to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Well, the Diamondbacks, they've just scored 16 runs in 8 games, their last 8 games. And Goldie's not swinging a hot shillelagh there, Candy. He's got to get it going.
Been a bit of a surprise. You get 3 teams in the postseason last year coming from the National League West. I think everybody thought that the West could be maybe even more improved this year, especially the additions that the Giants made.
Yes.
And they would be better.
Nick Ahmed 6 for his last 48, 125 average. I mean, there's a handful of Diamondbacks that are just flat out scuffling.
Von Nova, swing and a miss, and Ross makes quick work of him. First strikeout for Tyson Ross. 1 down here in the last of the 3rd inning.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB at Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
That's a good looking lid.
Yeah, it is. The Pirate Parrot.
1 down here in the 3rd. Adam Frazier, second time through now for the Pirates against Tyson Ross. Frazier walked.
Well, it seems like Tyson Ross has found that release point, Don.
Took him a little while, but he's got it now, huh?
Bob Scanlon had a great report on talking about the slider and the cutter, and then Rafi Lopez talked about his relationship and how they work together. And Bob made a great point about how the trust factor comes in. Tyson's been around a long time, and of course Rafi has big league time as well, but you know, when a pitcher has that trust in his catcher, kind of takes a little bit of the thinking out of it. So he knows how Tyson Ross is going to react.
Now, as a pitcher, it's got to be a very good feeling to know that if you don't have it going on early, that
Yeah.
you can rely on your catcher, kind of get you through it.
Mix it up a little bit. As he mentioned, you know, the cutter brought him back to the slider. And there's one thing that I've always believed in, is that if a pitcher throws both the slider and the cutter, sometimes you got to be disciplined in throwing the cutter, not making it too big. You want it to be shorter. It's a different release.
Fewer cut. More slide.
Less cut.
Oh, less cut.
Yeah, because you can't count cut. So it's less.
The walk to Adam Frazier, 1 out of the inning, and Gregory Polanco will take strike 1. Do you throw it differently to
Yes.
get a shorter cut?
Yes, you do. That's a good question, Don. The cutter and the slider.
We're about to find out the difference.
I know Bob can probably chime in on this as well, because the big right-hander, I think, threw one. See how the ball is kind of offset a little bit more ball here than here? And a cutter, I got my finger pads right here on this seam, so I'll actually cut the ball like this a little bit just to cut it, get that rotation like that, right? So you get that kind of cut. Now a slider, on the other hand, it's more of a turn of the knob there, like that. Bam, bigger break.
Cutter, shorter break.
Correct.
Slider, bigger break.
Yes, more tilt.
You know, Mud, I actually learned how to throw mine off my index finger, and it was the only way that I could do it, because when I tried to use that middle finger that you normally use for a traditional slider, it always got too big. So I actually learned how to throw mine off my index finger to help keep it a little bit tighter and from getting too loopy like you're talking about.
You know what, Bob, that's a great point. I mean, now that I feel it, now that I could, you know, as I hold the baseball and concentrate on my index finger and just cut the baseball in half with that index finger, that's a great point. That's a great way to learn that.
Well, you know where I learned that from? When Mike Morgan joined the Cubs, he made a deal with Greg Maddux. He said, look, Mad Dog, I'll teach you my cutter if you teach me your changeup. And that worked out pretty well, because that year is when Greg Maddux won his first Cy Young Award, and I was sort of collateral damage. Picked up on the cutter on the side. I said, hey, if it's good enough for Mad Dog, I'd like to learn that thing as well. So that's basically how I learned that little trick about throwing it off the index finger.
That's great.
So, Mud, you're saying, if I got it right, that if you were able to throw it off that middle finger, that you might have been good?
Off the index finger. If I could go back in time.
You're making now.
Thanks for telling me now, Bob.
Hey, it didn't help me, Mud. It didn't extend my career at all.
That's great. As I sit here now kicking myself, it's all in the index finger.
There's a lot of things you would have done differently. You would have moved around on the pitcher's plate. You would have done a lot of different things.
So what Bob is concentrating on, here's the index finger right here, right?
Exactly.
What he's talking about is that finger there. Concentrate on that almost and cutting it that way.
You
right
got
there.
it.
You get that little rotation like
That's
that.
it. That's how you keep it tight.
Yeah. Nice work, Scan.
Hey, we're all trying to learn a little something here, aren't we, Mud?
It's a little late for both of you, I would say. Tyson Ross getting ready for his 50th pitch at a long first, 26 pitches in that first inning. And he walked 2 in the first. He walked Frazier, and now he is full count here to Gregory Polanco, who he walked.
Yeah, this is a big pitch right here. Swing and a miss or a grounder.
It is a grounder, and picked on the backhand by Hosmer. 1 out there, then throw to second, and they tried to nab him. A little overzealous, and rounding the bag at second was Frazier, but he did get back. Polanco retired 3 unassisted.
Well, it's a good thing that Eric Hosmer caught that ball cleanly. It didn't carry him off his glove and go around the Padres dugout or down near that stands. beyond first base. Reaching across and then checking the runner at second base. Hold on now, don't throw it away. Keep it on the infield, keep that runner at second base.
Now 2 down, runner at second, and Corey Dickerson coming up. Dickerson bounced into a 6-3 double play in the first inning. Runners in scoring position, a .359 hitter. And he's out ahead of this, lacing it foul down into the seats.
You know what? You are so far inside my head right now.
Why? What's the matter?
I'm thinking index finger now, and I'm kicking my. I'm like,
unbelievable.
I'm going to be in my hotel room holding a baseball, like throwing it up against the wall.
Yep, could have been a Hall of Famer. It's too bad.
Well, as a catcher, you know, with the swings these days, everybody's trying to launch on the back end. Oh. Man.
See more of that now than ever before.
Yeah.
Opposite field. That's in for a base hit. Frazier being waved around. Cordero's throw is not going to be in time, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead. Corey Dickerson driving in Pittsburgh's second run.
Well, Joey Cora from the crack of the bat with 2 outs. He is sending the runner. Dickerson didn't even know where that ball was going. Did you see him off the end? He thought it was maybe a foul ball. And then there's the double clutch. Double clutch from the outfielder, Franchi Cordero. That could have been the difference in the play there. I wonder what kind of jump he got here. Circling, catches it. There's the, yep. Never know.
Runner goes, and a ground ball by the mound towards Asuaje at second. They'll go to first for the out that will end the inning. But the Pirates have added another run, take a 2-0 lead to the fourth.
Top of the fourth inning, and this was a really nice feel-good story yesterday in El Paso. Young 11-year-old Malachi Olvera has had stomach problems. He's been in the hospital 13 times over the last year. Travis Jankowski visited him in the hospital, said, you know what, Malachi, why don't you come out and be an honorary Chihuahua for a day? So there's the youngster signing his contract, actually became a member of the ball club yesterday, got to tour the clubhouse. He threw out the first pitch. A great moment for young Malachi, and tip of the cap to Travis Jankowski for making that moment happen, guys.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Nice story.
Yes, it is.
Pirates have a 2-0 lead, and here is Travis Jankowski, lead it off in the fourth inning. Singled in the first. Liner to left, and Jankowski is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Taking it the other way for the second time tonight.
Oh, you can see the numbers starting to creep up, the confidence creeping up as well. Travis Jankowski feels like he's at home. Well, essentially he is. He's in PA, Lancaster, right? He's leading off, feels at home there, and takes that Nova pitch the other way. And when you see the flowing locks running down the first baseline, chances are he's going to be on base.
Lead runner on here in the 4th inning for Corey Spangenberg. Grounded into a double play.
Oh, he was leaning. Lancaster, by the way, is more eastern PA, over more near Philly. We are in western Pennsylvania, closer to Ohio. A little geographical lesson for you there.
Throw to first, and Jankowski back to the bag.
Sorry about knowing geography. I love geography, seriously. I can sit and look at
I'm really bad at geography.
I can sit and look at a map and just be amazed at. I love it.
It's here in the minor leagues several times in Pennsylvania as Jankowski takes off. Throw down to second base, and he's going to steal second.
Nice.
So quickly turning that single into a double on the stolen base.
Hey, you know, this might be something for fans at home. Every time Travis Jankowski gets on first base, start yelling, hey, that's a double. He utilizes his speed, sliding towards the outfield part of the bag, gets in safely, not even close. Let's check out the jump. High leg kick from Nova. And Travis is in scoring position.
Frustrated Diaz. Spangenberg ahead in the count, 1-0. Bunt showing, and he's going to drop it down the first baseline, foul. All right, geography master.
I'm not a master.
I've been to Pennsylvania. Okay, Erie, Pennsylvania. The Erie Sailors with their A-ball. Where are they? Where's Erie, Pennsylvania?
It's more up near the Great Lakes area. It's near Lake Erie.
Okay.
Actually, it's like northwestern Pennsylvania.
The Reading Phillies, AA.
Reading is in Pennsylvania. That's more centrally PA, more close to the Philly.
Harrisburg used to be the Montreal Expos.
Harrisburg. Kent Dorfman. He's a legacy. He's from Harrisburg. That's more like southeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Okay.
Centralish.
Okay. In the air, foul off to the left out of play. I think that's the end of my pen. Oh, Hershey was there in the AHL. Where's Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Hershey, home of Hershey Chocolate Factory.
Right.
Which is in Hershey.
Right. Hershey Bears.
Yeah.
AHL.
Hershey's like central.
Central. How come I feel like everything's central? Because you don't know, do you?
Centrally located.
It's central. I love it. You don't know anything, is it?
I love the Keystone State.
Yes. Spangenberg waiting on a 1-2. Time called very late.
Do you know why it's called the Keystone State?
No, I don't.
Well, back in the old days when the states were first formed, when you build an arch or a structure that's curved, the keystone is the one up top that holds them all together. So when you looked at a map, you saw Pennsylvania, PA being the Keystone State because all the states were down surrounding it, like towards the east and to the west. Hence the name the Keystone State, holding up the other states, geographically speaking. He didn't learn that at Northeastern.
Swing and a miss. He does go around and strikes out. That's strikeout number 2 for Ivan Nova as Spangenberg retired. Let's time down for the Kia Drive to Success with Eric Hosmer coming up. NL leaders RBIs in May, 15 of them for Hosmer. Only Carlos Santana and Eugenio Suarez with more.
So Hosmer is centrally located in that list, right in the middle. He's swinging the hot bat. Remember we talked about yesterday, where's his hot zone? Down and in, right?
Flat out to left, first time up in the first inning. And takes a pitch away. After the game, I'm going to go back and take a look at a map of Pennsylvania. Just to do a little double checking. Just to see if you are anywhere close.
Okay.
2-0. Leadoff single by Jankowski. Stole second base. Spangenberg struck out swinging. Runner at second with one away. Hosmer and Cordero expected. Padres trail here 2-0. On the corner, 2-1.
May have gotten a call right there. Yeah, 89.
And not a strike.
Did you see Diaz's glove? He did a nice job of framing that one.
Third year here in Pittsburgh for Nova. After his first 6 seasons spent with the New York Yankees. Line to right field, and that's going to get in and one hop the wall. Around from second base comes Jankowski. To second goes Hosmer, and he will slide in safely with an RBI double. Padres are on the board as they cut the Pirates' lead in half. It's 2-1 now, Pittsburgh.
That guy has been clutch lately. Travis Jankowski, and Eric Hosmer has been clutch. And once again, middle in. This one is above the belt buckle. And he rifles this one off the auxiliary scoreboard. Quick to that baseball inside. And did you hear the crowd? Ooh. Yeah, it was hit hard.
So Hosmer at second, a run in, one down. And Franchy Cordero coming up. Struck out swinging in the second inning. One of 2 Ks for Nova. On a strike on a pitch headed away at 88. Now Cordero hitting at 306 on the road for whatever reason. Just 229 at home at Petco Park. 11 extra base hits, most this season for any rookie outfielder. And a slow grounder to first base, and Josh Bell flips to the pitcher, and it's dropped. Safe at first is Cordero, and Hosmer reaches third. So Nova over to cover and cannot catch it. And Cordero will reach.
Looked like a pretty decent feed. He's on his way. He's going to beat the runner. Oh, it's a glove flip and clank right into the glove of Nova.
Took his eye off and looked like he was looking for the bag.
Yes. Josh Bell did everything correctly there, even with the glove flip. I guess that's got to be an E1, huh?
Arrow was charged to the pitcher. So an E1.
Padres have got to make that hurt.
First and third, one out. Rafi Lopez with a chance to do so here, getting his second look at Nova. Popped out to shortstop in the second inning. 0 for 1.
See if Cordero gets a jump. He is in the ear of Skip Schumacher over at first base. Glenn Hoffman in the ear of the runner at third base, Eric Hosmer. So many things the Padres can do right here to put added pressure on these Pirates. You got speed at first base.
In the air, foul off to the left out play. Inning started with a single by Jankowski. Stole second. Spangenberg struck out. The double by Hosmer, producing the Padres' first run of the night. And the error made by the pitcher covering at first allows Cordero to reach and Hosmer to take third. So first and third, one out, and 1-1 to Rafi Lopez. In tight, ball two. Career starts at home for Nova. 10-5 with a 2.82 earned run average. He was acquired in 2016, and will fire one over to first base. Cordero back to the bag. His last start was at PNC Park Sunday afternoon against the Giants. 5-0 loss to the Giants. Went 5 2/3, and he gave up 4 runs in his outing. Lopez hits it hard on the ground to second. Frazier with a bobblehead. One play as the game will be tied. In from third comes Hosmer, and the Padres tie it up 2-2. Hit sharply. Thought for a moment they may try for double play, but that was all forgotten when Frazier made the bobble. Cordero will take second. Lopez retired, and it's 2-2.
Pretty smooth infield. This ball just comes up on Adam Frazier. It looked like a clean hop. I don't know whether you're just expecting that ball not hit as hard or it had some spin on it. Any way you look at it, ball hit to the right side, getting Hosmer in, avoiding the strikeout too, right? Putting the ball in play with fewer than 2 outs with that runner on third. Nicely done.
Now Franmil Reyes. Reyes grounded out to second base in the second inning, starting his major league career. 1 for 9. On the corner.
I have a feeling that Nova, the veteran pitcher, is going to have a heavy dose of breaking stuff to Reyes. He knows he loves the fastball, right? Doesn't mean he won't throw him one. He's not going to throw him one right down the middle by design. He'll make him fish for one up and out of the zone, I would imagine.
'50th pitch coming up here for Ivan Nova. Big cut there on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's your fastball.
Two-seamer, middle in.
One-two pitch coming up. Blocked by Diaz, able to keep it in front of him. No advance at second base for Cordero.
And good recognition, good layoff for Franmil.
Padres have scored twice here in the top of the 4th inning and tied it up 2-2. That is on the outside corner. Paints a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, Eric Hosmer with a double, able to drive in the Padres' first run. Hosmer to right field. Scores Jankowski from second. Padres end up getting 2, and it's all tied at 2. Top Tier brought to you by Arco, and a great catch by a fan here last night, fully extended. Left field line, catch of the night, or the catch of the week.
He hit the railing and then scrapes his knee, and look at all the other fans. They've got to be jealous of the future big leaguer.
We counted 7 jealous fans.
And you know what? The first thing that entered their mind was, you know what? He brought his glove to the park. He's going home with a big league baseball. And that's something he's going to remember for the rest of his life.
This one fouled off to the left. Leading it off, Colin Moran here in the bottom of the 4th inning in what is now a tie game. Moran grounding out to second base.
I hear there, matey. Hoist the sails. Okay, if we can go back to those people, this is great. I love this. Okay, hey, honey, want to go to the Bucko game tonight? Sure. Love to. I got tickets. Great. Got them from work. Okay, you wear your puffy shirt and your pirate hat, and I'll wear my like colonial jacket
with a feather.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, there are pirates everywhere in this place. Now those are fans.
Yeah, that's great. She wants no part of them. She just left.
That pitch foul tipped. 1-2. Went over to see what they were like, but then hung out for about 5 seconds. Realized that.
That's great.
Nope. They're not alone, by the way.
No.
This couple.
That's Don Imus.
On the ground down the first baseline. Hosmer's got it. He'll tag the bag for the first out here in the 4th inning. So Moran has grounded out twice. One down in the 4th, and will bring up Diaz. Diaz grounded out to the shortstop. Galvis in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1.
Even though that slider there misses, he's got the good feel for it. That's where you want to miss. Tyson Ross has made that adjustment after that first inning. Even though he gave up that run in the 3rd, the walk came around to score.
To short and right at Galvis. 2 down here in the 4th inning.
You know what I love about that play that Freddie just made? The ball's hit sharply, right? It's a grass cutter, as you call it. He gets down on one knee just to protect himself and just kind of, you know, keep that ball in front of him in case it comes in a little hot, might get away. But he knows that he's got plenty of time because the ball is hit sharply to field it and then get up and get a good throwing position to throw him out at first base.
What I like is all the ground ball outs. That's 9 now for Tyson Ross. 2 down here in the 4th inning, and brings up Austin Meadows. His major league debut tonight. Flied out to center field in the 2nd inning. Fouled off over by the Padres dugout. Let's look at the breakdown for Tyson Ross of his outs. 1 strikeout, the 9 groundouts.
You know why that is? The sharp break of the slider and the cutter down in the zone. The Pirate hitters having a difficult time elevating it, getting launch angle. They're hitting the ball on the ground because of the tilt. Like that.
On the ground, but well placed into right center field. 2-out base hit. First major league hit for Austin Meadows.
Yeah, sometimes those grounders, that was sharply hit. It's going to find the hole. And what was the pitch? It was a slider. It was down. It was away.
Not a bad pitch.
No, it's not a bad pitch. And you know what? Judging by the swing of this kid, he's got a pretty good swing and he can run a little bit.
So aboard for the first time in the big leagues at first base with 2 down, and it brings up Jordy Mercer. Mercer grounded out to shortstop in the second inning, 0 for 1. Runner goes, the pitch is outside, and you're right, he can run. That was impressive. Steals second with 2 down and jumps into scoring position for the Pirates.
You know what? Rafi Lopez did everything right, and this isn't even close. Looks smooth, free, and easy running. Yeah, he can run a little bit. Stays on the bag on the pop-up slide.
Now Mercer will try to deliver the runner from second base here to put the Pirates back on top again. All this coming with 2 down. Austin Meadows with base hit to right center, then he steals second. Ball 3, 3-1.
We got the pitcher on deck.
First
First base
on.
Yep, first base open. Yep.
Intentional walk of the no throw kind. Fourth walk given up by Ross, the first of the intentional variety. And here is Ivan Nova trying to help out his own cause. Struck out swinging in the third inning, getting his second look at Tyson Ross. And a chopper to third base. Spangenberg go to second for the force out there, getting the middleman and getting out of the jam here in the fourth inning. We head to the fifth, tied 2-2. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Petco, the pet company. And by Nissan. It's time to upgrade. Save big at the Nissan Tech for All sales event. Shop ChooseNissan.com. 2-2 ball game into the fifth inning we go. And it's time now for the AARP take on Freddie Galvis versus Ivan Nova. And of course, Galvis spending his career with the Philadelphia Phillies and Playing these Pirates a lot and seeing Nova a lot. 6 hits, 500 average against him at 12 at bats. Home run, 2 runs batted in, and he will lead it off here against Ivan Nova to begin things in the 5th.
Wow, those are almost like fantasy-like numbers. Life is just a fantasy. Can you live this fantasy life? Freddie Galvis is doing just that.
Galvis with an infield hit in the 3rd inning. I feel like you should do some sort of reference after you use a reference, you know, like credit somebody.
Oh, that was Aldo Nova,
Okay.
the great song, Fantasy Life.
Oh,
Fantasy.
this one fouled off to the left out of play.
Big in the 80s.
By who?
Aldo Nova.
Oh.
That was the artist.
Okay.
Great song. In the club, it was awesome.
Yeah. 1-1. Strike over the outside corner. See, a lot of them just go right over my head, and that's part of the problem is I don't get them all.
Right.
So
that's okay.
If you could credit people afterwards, then I would know.
I remember first hearing that song in like 1981. 82. I was in Clinton, Iowa, 1982, and you know, going out after the game,
clubbing,
the local discotheque, and polishing the tiles to Aldo Nova. Look it up; it's a great tune.
All right, check it out afterwards.
If you're not moving your feet during that song, something's wrong.
Pitch in the dirt. Did he go? No.
So Nova dicing both sides of the plate with that 2-seam fastball down and away, that slider down and in. He likes to go to the 2-seamer even in the count here. Oh, do I see a changeup there? Possible changeup here. Yep. Well located as well. At 88. So you got the 94-mile-an-hour sinker and the 88-mile-an-hour changeup.
So they're going to try to come in on Galvis. They do, and it's too far in at 94 and up.
See what he goes to here, the payoff pitch. 2-seamer away.
Grounder back to the mound, and Nova will run a little bit and flip with the whole glove to first base. It was stuck in the webbing, so he just flips the whole thing at his first baseman, Josh Bell.
What in the Terry Mulholland is going on there? That's the first time I saw that. Shea Stadium, Terry Mulholland with the San Francisco Giants tosses it over to Bob Brenly playing first base because he couldn't get the ball out of his glove. I've seen it a few times after that, so he just tosses it over.
Bell gets rid of his to receive it.
That's funny.
It worked.
Yeah. And you know what? Bob Brenly had the great line after the game talking about that particular play. That's the first time I saw it. He said if he was thinking at the time, he should have just took his glove and started throwing it around the infield. Like, you know, because nobody's not, you know how you throw the ball around the infield?
Yeah.
So just take it, just throw it to the second baseman, throw it to the shortstop, throw it to the third baseman.
Fouled off down the left field line, out of play. Well, Bell seemed okay with it. Wasn't like he was surprised or anything. Well, Galvis retired. Swahe will take that pitch. Very close. Called the ball. 1-2. A couple of 0-2 pitches to Swahe have been, could be third strikes.
Yep.
Rounded into a double play in the 3rd. Now waiting on a 1-2. Tyson Ross, the pitcher, waiting on deck for the Padres here in the top of the 5th in a tie game. Pirates with single runs in the 1st and 3rd. Padres get a pair of runs in the 4th inning. Here we are in the 5th, and Nova ready with pitch 65.
Still has good velocity, good movement. If you're going to hit a home run tonight, the left field, left center, you're going to have to get it on the line, because if you get it up in the air, you know, the scoreboard might knock it down, or the wind might knock it down a little bit, and that scoreboard might prevent the wind from getting to it, but that wind in left center field is really whipping.
To left field, and Dickerson going back on the run to make the catch in front of the warning track. Swire gave that one a ride to left field, but Dickerson back there to make the catch for out number 2. It's time now to take a look at our hashtag Buzz the Booth SD question of the night. Of the broadcast you did from the field, what visiting park would you most fun to get out of the booth and do another broadcast outside? What do you think?
Well, I did experience back in the day with Mad Fast Scourgeon and Channel 4. We did a game from the Monster at Fenway.
I've done one from the Monster too.
In left field, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If I had to do one, I would really like to experience the bleachers at Wrigley Field.
You know, I was going to say the same thing. I don't know about the bleachers at Wrigley Field,
No?
but somewhere at Wrigley Field.
I think that'd be a blast. Did you ever see the photos of Harry Carey?
Yes, with his shirt off.
With the shirt off,
Yes.
like when he was with the White Sox.
Yes.
And wearing the shorts.
Yep. Now I don't need to see that from you.
No.
That would
We
be
don't want to
gross.
scare anybody off.
That would be gross. Framed there by Diaz.
And of course, those years when Harry was with the White Sox, remember Bill Veeck was the owner, and he was the guy who had the great imagination and wanted to do things differently and make it fun for the fans.
Foul back to the screen. A lot of different promotions. Some worked, some didn't.
Yeah, Disco Demolition did not work out.
Did not go so well. That was in between games of a doubleheader, right?
Yep.
Game 2 did not happen.
They had to forfeit.
Yeah.
Against the Tigers.
Reminder, fans, you can send us your video questions using hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD. We'll answer it during an upcoming broadcast. That's hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD. Ross will hit one on the ground towards Jordy Mercer. Plenty of time to get Ross at first, and that will end the inning. Well, Freddie Galvis grounded out to begin this inning. Von Nova couldn't get it out of the webbing of his glove, so just throw the whole thing over there. It'll work. And it did. Game tied 2-2. refreshing finish.
Talk about Tyson Ross and how he made an adjustment after the first inning. As you take a look at the Pirate hitters, right, they can't elevate the pitches, even if they're up in the zone. I think late movement, I just think that he's got the live fastball tonight, the two-seamer, the slider especially, just beating it into the ground. How many ground ball outs? 10 that Don and I have counted. And Tyson Ross, he has found it. Just like in our game open we talked about in the first inning against Tommy Pham, he really didn't find his sights, but he found it later and went on to pitch a well-pitched game. And he's done that tonight as well right here in Pittsburgh.
Into the bottom of the 5th inning and the top of the order, Adam Frazier, who he has walked twice in the game tonight. Falls behind here 1-0. Total of 4 walks allowed by Ross. 1 was of the intentional variety. In on the grass at third is Corey Spangenberg. Case Adam Frazier entertains any thoughts of bunting in that direction. On the ground, couple hops down the first baseline. Eric Hosmer will take it himself for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Grounders. Love grounders. And when you hit it to a Gold Glover, chances are the play's going to be made.
Brings up Gregory Polanco with 1 out. He has walked and grounded out to first base. A shift on Polanco as he fouls it off into the Padres dugout. Bring Corey Spangenberg from left side of the infield to the right side of the infield. So Spangenberg, Swahe, and Hosmer on the right side. Only Galvis on the left side. Polanco has walked and grounded out to first base. Hits by direction, not going the other way. This one fouled off, but most pulled by the right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
Loves to get out in front of it and hook it that way. Plus, you've got that 320 down the right field line. Ball will travel that way into the seats.
You have 410 to left center field.
Yeah, that's a poke.
Jets out.
Yep. Overall, though, Donnie, I would have to say that this is a pretty fair ballpark. Don't you think?
I would agree. 399 to straightaway center.
I love how it's not symmetrical in the outfield. I like how there's different angles.
Line to right, and it's a fair ball down to the right field corner. Little bang around by the 320 marker and up into the seats. A ground rule double. So Polanco aboard with 1 out here in the 5th inning with a double right down the line and right.
This ball was smoked. He really hit this ball well. I thought he hit it so hard and out front that it was going to hook foul. That's and you know what? That's a breaking ball, down and in, and he keeps it fair. Into the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
They're all protected, and he's ducking.
You think so? 1 out, Polanco at second, and Corey Dickerson has grounded into a double play, single to drive in a run. Jumping back out of the way of a first pitch right inside. These guys ducking from the ball. I don't know why.
I'd like to hear that conversation.
Is it Star Wars night everywhere we go?
It seems like it, doesn't it?
We have Stormtroopers. We have Pirates. Left center field. On the move comes Cordero, and he'll make the catch. He started left and then came in late and makes the catch. Had time to recover. Hung up long enough for him to make the adjustment. 2 down. So Polanco remains at second base, 2 away, and we'll bring up Josh Bell. Doesn't get any easier here. Bell doubled in the first, grounded out in the third. His double in the first produced the first Pirates run of the night. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. 190 hitter.
First pitch breaking ball with that runner in scoring position. Not a bad idea from Tyson. He'll throw it first pitch. He'll throw it behind in the count. Especially now that he's got that good feel for it.
High again, 2-0. Reeves has been with us all night, peltering in from left center field. Flags have been a gust.
Heavy starts on Old Glory there.
Strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Bluff off the backside, no throw. Galvis was cheating in. Behind the runner at second base, and Polanco. In the air to shallow center. The wind knocking it down, and Galvis will give way to the center fielder Jankowski, who makes the basket catch. That almost fell in. And boy, did the breeze knock that fly ball down. Jankowski makes the catch at the last second. 2-2. Josh Bell in the first inning would put the Pirates on top 1-0. Cordero couldn't catch it off the base of the wall. Their first run scoring in the first, and then Dickerson didn't know where it went, ended up going to left field, and the Pirates would jump on top 2-0. Back come the Padres. This double to right field by Eric Hosmer. A shot, a one hopper to the wall, scores Jankowski. Padres would tie it up 2-2 on a ground out by Javi Lopez, and now Jankowski with a bunt bid, fouling it off down the third base line.
Not a bad idea for Travis, who is 2 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. He's having a good night in the big leagues.
Jankowski 2 for 2, single to left twice, Stole a base, scored a run. Now down on the count 0-2.
And now he needs to shorten up. Think foul line to foul line. Choking up a little bit. No.
Goes looking on a pitch that appeared to be inside. Fourth strikeout for Ivan Nova.
Well, Nova looks like he gets a call here. You know, I think that's one of those pitches, Don. I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but up and in like that, too close to take. Down and away I could see, right? Up and away I could see, but up and in, that seems like one of those that's kind of tough to, that's close to really hack at. I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
Spangenberg swings at the first pitch, sends it out to left. Now the wind knocks it down, and Dickerson recovers to make the catch. Boy, the wind is wreaking havoc with outfielders in tonight's game. He was headed back to where that ball was headed, then realized it was hitting a wall of wind, and then recovered and made the catch.
Tell you what, you're going to have to go down a couple clubs tonight to hit one out in left field. 6 iron? Nah, not going to do it. Either a 3 or a 4 to get it out of here tonight. That's got to be one of the worst feelings for an outfielder, too.
Well, Jankowski just felt it at the end of last inning.
Yeah.
On the ball to center. Now Dickerson making an acrobatic catch out there on left and recovering. Eric Hosmer bats here with 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. A double in the RBI we just showed you. That was in the 4th inning. Down 0-2. Next pitch will be the 80th of the night for the Pirates starter Ivan Nova. Coming up in the 7th inning, be sure and stay tuned for the Arco game break with Mike Pomerantz and Tony Gwynn Jr. Seven in a row retired by Nova as Hosmer takes ball 2, 2-2. Reaches out and gets a base hit into left field. Incoming is Dickerson. Hosmer is thinking too. Headed to second base where he will be safe. Slid to the outfield side and barely kept the fingertips on the bag. That's a check swing double as it works out with 2 down.
That was fun to watch right out of the box. Colin Moran playing way off the bag, so this isn't like an emergency swing, just a check swing. I'll tell you what, that was a great cricket swing right there, right? Taking that ball the other way. Now the race is on. He never broke stride. Plays right in front of him, and he positions himself to go around the bag, outfield side. Hang on, Sloopy, hang on. And he does. That's nice.
You always say if they make contact, it'll be a double. We did on a check swing, and it was a double.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That proves my point.
Yes. All these years you've been saying that, and it's true. Swing and a miss here for Cordero. Hosmer took a look here to see what was in front of him.
He knows that Dickerson's got to go to his right, correct? Over towards the line.
The throw was a little bit off, yeah.
Yep, and then redirect.
On a strike to Cordero with 2 down.
I would love to see Franchi put one in the Allegheny.
I would recommend going in that direction if you're going to go in the air right now.
Yeah. Pull side for lefties, no doubt.
Goes the other way into left field for a base hit. Here comes Hosmer, going to wave him in. Here comes the throw from Dickerson, and that will put the Padres on top 3-2. Franchi Cordero drives in the go-ahead run in the top of the 6th inning. All this coming with 2 down in the inning.
That'll wake up the bench. 2-out Thunder. Hosmer going the opposite way on the check swing. Franchi going that way by design. And as soon as that ball was struck, Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach for the Padres, is winding it up. Even though Eric Hosmer does not have blazing speed, they're saying, you prove to me you can throw me out at the plate. Not the case, offline. And the Padres take the lead.
Now the catcher Diaz out there, and now he's going to get a visit. Von Nova, as Ray Searage, a pitching coach, headed out there to talk to a starter. He's thrown 86 pitches and has given up a run here, and now the Padres have a lead with 2 down in the 6th inning. Well, started with a check swing double. Eric Hosmer, after there were 2 outs in. That broke up a string of 7 in a row retired by Nova. And the RBI single by Cordero took second on the throw that went plateward, and the Padres have taken the 3-2 lead.
I love the idea. We know Eric Hosmer uses the whole field, right? But Franchi Cordero, once again, being disciplined at the plate and learning the strike zone, learning to lay off high pitches and taking pitches we've seen recently where they're pitched the opposite way. That was a prime example, perfect example.
Now trying to obtain some insurance here on a pitch down and in. Nicely blocked by Diaz, keeping it in front of him. No advance for Cordero. They've moved the outfield in here. They're on the shallow side and about straight away all the way around.
Yeah, very shallow.
Lopez grounds it down the first baseline. Bell's got it. He'll flip to Nova, covering for the out that ends the inning. Well, Eric Hosmer on a check swing double down the line at third gets it started with 2 down. Breaks up a string of 7 in a row retired by Nova. Then Franchi Cordero drives him in. Padres have a 3-2 lead. For heroes. And the career of Ralph Kiner, served as U.S. Navy pilot during World War II, led National League in home runs 7 straight seasons from 46 through 52, 6-time All-Star, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1975, and then turned into an incredible broadcaster as well.
Remember Kiner's Corner?
Yes, I do.
And if you were a guest on that, you know you made it to the big time.
Now hit with the first pitch is Colin Moran to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
It was a breaking ball.
Front foot.
Yeah, right at the top.
So lead runner on here for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it brings up Elias Diaz. Diaz done the same thing twice. It's ground out to short. Both times Freddie Galvis up to the task. In there for a strike to Diaz. Diaz now. Meadows next. Pirates batting. Home half of the 6th inning. Ooh, almost threw that one away. Nice play by Rafi Lopez.
He went a long way to get that one. Wow. All that gear on. You're in the crouch. You're anticipating a pitch on the corner. And next thing you know, you've got to go to the other side of the batter's box.
In the air to right field, and Franmil Reyes makes the catch for out number 1.
At Kia, get America's best value, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Franmil Reyes making the catch on Diaz in right field for the first out. No advance for Colin Moran, who's at first base after being hit by a pitch in. Here's Austin Meadows. First game in the big leagues for Meadows. Flied out to center, got his first big league hit and stolen base in the 4th inning. Now he's taking strike 1. Number 1 pick, 9th overall in 2013. Again, it was ranked by Baseball America as the best athlete and the number 2 prospect in the Pirates system prior to this 2018 season. And here he is in the big leagues on May 18th. Go to first, and back is Moran, held on by Hosmer. With 1 out and 1 on, Tyson Ross about to throw his 92nd pitch of his outing.
Yeah, and I look around 90, 95 pitches for Tyson Ross. The velocity, the location, the snap on the curveball, the tilt.
I don't think anybody's warming in the pen.
No. And you know, I've talked to Andy Green about it. You've talked to him about it, to where he says he uses the eye test, right? How are the hitters reacting around pitch 90? How does the pitch look out of the hand? Is the velocity still there? Is the location still there? They're on top of things.
On the ground and through the vacated right side into right field. Moran takes second on the single by Meadows, his second big league hit. And it's first and second with one down, and Padres just did get a right-hander up in the pen.
And you know, that's a hit where I look at it's not like a rocket through the infield on line drive. It's like a 3-4 hopper through the right side. He made a good pitch. Meadows just happened to find a hole.
So 2 hits in his big league debut. First and second, 1 out, and Jordy Mercer is grounded out to short, and Ben intentionally walked. In there for strike 1. David Freese has come out on deck. He would bat for Ivan Nova, as the Pirates have action in their pen too. Line down the left field line, foul. Just ahead of that pitch from Tyson Ross. Double barreled action, as it is Kyle Crick and Edgar Santana up in the pen right now for the Pirates. Padres have action of their own. That is Craig Stammen, who is warming in the pen currently. In the air to left field. Cordero going back, still going, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall and fire back inward. Nice play by Cordero. He's had some interesting routes out there in left field, but this one he got a good jump on, gets back there and makes the catch.
Did everything right on that one. This ball is scalded to left field. I thought off the bat it had a chance to get out of here. Breaky ball. Sounds like he squared it up. Played nicely by Franchi. And like we always say, it's always that first move. And Tyson Ross. Yeah, that's a big out. Thank you, Franchi.
His pitching coach, Darren Balsley, headed out here to talk to Tyson with 2 down and 2 on.
You think the wind may have
I think so.
kind of knocked that one down just a little bit? Because I thought he scalded that ball.
Yep. It's a brief conversation for Darren Balsley, and back to the dugout as like David Freese going to pinch hit here. That'll be the night for Ivan Nova. Freese got the start in last night's game.
Little scouting report, just a refresher course for Tyson Ross about David Freese.
Freese at 254, 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. Padres on top 3-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a half-hearted swing there, kind of changed his mind in the middle. Oh, 0-2.
Big time chase on the slider. Watch the glove of Lopez. He hits the glove perfectly. Way out in front is Freese.
Outside, not chasing, is Freese, and it's 1-2. Not tantalizing enough. Moran got hit by a pitch to begin the inning. Diaz fly to right. Meadows with a single to right. Mercer flied out to left. First and second, 2 down, and a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. So Tyson Ross picks up strikeout number 2 of his outing, and it ends the 6th inning. The Pirates will strand a pair. Padres take a 3-2 lead to the 7th.
Tune in tonight after Padres Live for a brand new episode of Padres POV as Greg Vaughn takes us behind the scenes as he and his teammates were honored during the 1998 team ceremony.
Let's on to the 7th inning back here in Pittsburgh. Kyle Crick coming into the game here now for the Pirates. Franmil Reyes going to lead it off for San Diego with a 1-run lead on top 3-2. And a first pitch strike into Reyes.
Kyle Crick, the erstwhile Giant, been scored upon just once in his first 6 games right here at PNC Park. His 13th game. More than a strikeout per innings pitch. I remember he's got the live fastball when we saw him with the Giants.
He was part of the McCutcheon deal, yes?
Yes, he was.
There it is. On the outside corner for strike 3. Second time that Reyes is down by way of the K tonight. 1 down here in the 7th inning.
Made short work there. Being very aggressive in the strike zone for Kyle Crick.
Now 1 down in the 7th for Freddie Galvis. He singled in the 3rd, an infield hit to short, grounded out to the mound in the 5th. And take strike 1. Crick throwing hard, 96. Line to short and caught in the air. 2 down. Jordy Mercer handling out number 2.
Nothing you can do there. Stayed on it, took it the opposite way. Ball slicing off the bat of Galvis.
2 down for Carlos Asuaje. Asuaje has bounced into a 4-6-3 double play and flat out to left, 0 for 2. Nova went 6 innings, allowing 6 hits, 3 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 4. He departs on the hook. There's a liner to first, and Bell makes the catch that ends the inning. A 1-2-3-7, 7th inning stretch, 3-2. Padres. Time now for the Arco game break with Mike Pomerantz and Tony Gwynn Jr. Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only in Jack in the Box. By Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the buy two get two. And by Tough Shed. Configure your dream building at toughshed.com. To the last of the 7th we go after 6 innings from Tyson Ross, who departs with a chance for a victory if the pen can help him out. Kirby Yates checks in here for the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out for him, and Kirby Yates has been having one heck of a year for the right-hander. He's allowed just 1 run, earned run his last 16 appearances. That's over 14 innings. You saw Kirby pitch in the 7th inning last night, an inning and a third, 2 strikeouts.
Now Matt Caesar is now in right field as he takes over for Franmil Reyes. A double switch, I'm guessing, because the leadoff hitter in the 8th would be the pitcher spot, maybe?
I'm guessing the same thing, yeah. Right there with you.
Well, Tyson Ross, chance for a victory here tonight. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, 1 intentionally, and struck out 2. Ended up throwing an even 100 pitches.
It's a good night in the big leagues, isn't it? Nice bounce back for Tyson Ross.
Yeah, he really had to work hard right out of the gate. First inning, walked back-to-back hitters to begin his outing. Ended up throwing 26 pitches in that first, only gave up the 1 run.
Yeah, that's flirting with disaster. You're going straight Molly Hatchet right there when you're pitching against the #2 hitting team in the National League. He bounced back nicely.
Adam Frazier leading it off here in the home half of the 7th and waiting on a 2-0 pitch from Kirby Yates. Swung on, and a fly ball headed out to center. The wind will knock it down, and the catch made in front of the warning track by Jankowski.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
1 down here in the 7th inning. That ball was struck pretty well, but again, no chance with that wind right now.
Not tonight.
Gregory Polanco will be next here for Pittsburgh. He's been on twice, a walk and a double, wrapped around a ground out to first base. A shift on him on the right side. There's the shift. Spangenberg, third baseman, coming over to the right side, joining us Swahe and Hosmer. Galvis about equidistant between second and third. On the ground foul, and it's 0-2.
I don't know, Don, about that. I think he's a little
Well, now
bit,
he is. Now
a
he's
little
moved.
bit over towards first base, a little bit more.
Now he's moved.
Just a little bit.
Now he's way over towards second base. Before he was
the same
equidistant.
spot. He was the same
between second and third.
Now I think,
No. He's not equidistant now.
I don't know.
The 0-2 pitch. And
He
getting
swung.
hit
Oh, it hit him.
was Polanco.
I thought he swung anyway. Didn't it look like he swung?
We'll have to take a look.
Because if he swings and hits him, that's a strike.
Right. Yes.
No.
No, he switched hands.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of the way. His hands just happened to come forward there. His hand, rather, came off the bat.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Corey Dickerson, who singled to drive in a run in the third inning. 1 for 3 night. Yates looking over at first base, where a good sized lead. There goes Polanco. Got a huge jump. Throw down there is not in time. He took off right away. And steals second base with 1 down.
You can almost smell that one coming. Let's check out the jump. Watch the front side. Oh, he got a really good jump. Flash look. Ooh. Freddie Galvis caught that ball right on his back pocket. Did you see that? Well, if Kirby would move. Watch as he catches that right on his back. That was close, huh?
Yeah, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be with the jump that Polanco had.
Now that's an infielder letting that ball travel rather than catching it and bringing it to the runner.
Swing and a miss, gets away from Lopez. He'll throw to third, and diving to keep that from left field is Spangenberg. So Polanco now 90 feet away with 1 down.
That's good recognition. You've got the good view from second base. That ball is in the dirt. Okay, this is second base vantage point. As soon as that ball is off the glove, you are going to third base. And that's exactly what Polanco does. A nice job there for Spangenberg getting off the bag to prevent that ball from going into left field.
So now 90 feet away is Polanco with 1 out, the infield in all the way around. Bouncing in again and blocked by Lopez. In all the way around here for the Padres as Dickerson climbs back in the box. Polanco with a short lead at third base, and Spangenberg keeping him close over there. Now a swing and a miss. He strikes out Dickerson. That's a big strikeout. It's out number 2 of the 7th inning.
Does he go to the split finger? Oh, you bet he does. And credit Rafi Lopez. Here it is. Down in the zone, in the dirt. Ooh, that ball is lucky. It doesn't get by Rafi.
So 2 down. Polanco at third, and here's Josh Bell. An RBI double in the first. Since then, a ground out and a fly out.
Did you see the lead off of third base?
It's large.
Gregory Polanco, he was nearly a third of the way down. This is something I was talking about the other night. Leading off third base, get off as far as the third baseman is playing.
Two and 0. Little room for error here for Kirby Yates with 2 outs and a runner at third.
Well, first base is open. You've got Colin Moran. Sure, he's a left-hander, but still. Switch hitting Bell up there right now. Give you an idea how far off Polanco gets third base.
Three and 0.
Yeah, this might be a little pitch around.
Bell taking ball 4. That one almost got away.
And that's what I don't understand. If you're going to pitch around him like that, why don't you just put him on? You risk maybe bouncing a pitch out of the zone, being mishandled, and that results in a run.
So first and third now with 2 down, and Colin Moran coming up here. Tying run 90 feet away for the Pirates here in the last of the 7th inning. Moran tonight has grounded out to second, grounded out to first, and last time up, hit by a pitch. It's off that front foot and a breaking ball, uncorked by Tyson Ross. That is ball 1. Ross for 6. Yates coming in here in the 7th has 2 outs, but in a jam right now. Blocked again by Lopez. Said that a lot this inning.
Raffy has done an outstanding job behind home plate this inning. And the whole game. Let's give him the whole game. Great job. There's that split finger in the dirt. He's blocked sliders in the dirt from Tyson Ross.
Padres trying to hold on to a 1-run advantage here with 2 down in the 7th. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. Polanco at third, Bell at first with 2 down. Strike 2. Same pitch, a little bit more in.
Let's peek in. Does he go with the split finger? Oh, yeah. Raffy's got to be on his game. In the dirt, got to smother and recover.
Fouled off over by the Padres dugout. Inning started, Frazier flying out to center. Polanco hit by a pitch. Stole second. Dickerson struck out. Then the walk of Bell. Wild pitch. Polanco to third. First and third with 2 down.
Fastball up.
Moran with a swing and a miss. He struck him out. They'll leave 2 at the corners here with Polanco at third, Bell at first. On the second strikeout of the inning, it ends the inning for Yates. 3-2 Padres. All right, Mike and Tony, thanks very much. Matt Caesar, part of a double switch, leading it off here in the top of the 8th inning. Padres have a 3-2 lead. Kirby Yates pitching his way in and out of trouble.
Did an outstanding job. Came through big time.
Caesar batting for the first time after taking over in right field. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a pitch down low. Well, Yates leaving 2 on. Polanco at third, Bell at first. And preserving the 1-run advantage here for San Diego into the top of the 8th inning. Close pitch, call the ball.
Gonna have to turn up the dial against Crick.
Whoa. 3-1.
Couple of good pitches there. Works the count in his favor.
Line to center. Meadows will get there for out number 1. So the good hitters count there for Caesar. Took a rip at a 3-1 pitch and lines out to center for the first out of the 8th inning. He's up the top of the order, and Travis Jankowski. Singled twice, stolen a base, scored a run. Last time up, struck out looking. Sends it foul off to the left out of play. Von Nova tonight, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 4. On the hook right now for the Pirates. Oh, 2. Strikes out looking for the second time tonight, does Jankowski. 2 down here in the 8th.
Crick, a heavy dose of fastballs to the leadoff hitter, Travis Jankowski, and this one catches a lot of plate at 96, inner third, and Travis cannot pull the trigger.
So 2 down, base is empty. 5 in a row retired by Crick since coming in. And now Corey Spangenberg. Look out. That one thrown behind him at 98.
What's that all about?
Well, there have been 2 hit batters in the last couple of innings.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Barrett's going to go out there and talk to Crick. He has not issued warnings, but interesting.
Yes, very interesting. Trying to think. Anything ring a bell to you regarding?
Moran got hit. Polanco got hit.
Yeah, but the one breaking balls, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to put him on, hit him by pitch, that'd be great. Try to add on 3-2, but in a close ball game.
That was the Polanco hit by pitch.
All right.
Just a guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
I don't think it slipped.
And I don't think, I mean, in a tie ball game, you know, prior to that 1 run that the Padres scored in the 7th, or in the 6th rather.
Right. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. I mean, I don't think you'd want to be putting on base runners for either side right now by hitting somebody on purpose.
So 3-1 here to Spangenberg with 2 down. Full count now. That is ball 4. Ends up walking him with 2 down, and Spangenberg heads down to first base. We'll give Eric Hosmer a chance coming up next for the Padres, and got 2 doubles in this game. First one coming in the 4th inning to drive in a run. Score Jankowski from second base, and then a double in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Later on, he would score the go-ahead run on a single by Franchy Cordero. It was that double with 2 outs that got him into scoring position. So 2 doubles tonight. Now batting with 2 down and a check of Spangenberg back to the bag. Runner goes. Hosmer takes all the way. The throw on a hop is going to be late. Stolen base for Spangenberg in a scoring position with 2 down.
Well, Diaz really rushed that one. That wasn't even close because of the speed of Corey. Watch the leg kick. He's gone. Very good jump. I mean, he's starting his pop-up slide, and the ball is just getting to second base. Diaz trying to pull a Benito Santiago from his knees.
Now with first base open, they're going to put Hosmer on intentionally. The no throw kind. So 2 on and 2 down. Kind of takes the bat out of the hands here of Hosmer, unfortunately.
Kind of? It did.
No, it definitely did.
Yeah.
But
no kind of there.
By getting the stolen base, you kind of do that.
Yeah.
So now first and second, 2 down, and it's up to Franchy Cordero.
Let's see if Franchy can be patient here. First pitch breaking ball well out of the zone.
Spangenberg at second, Hosmer at first, 2 down in the 8th. To obtain some insurance here right now in the 8th. Fly ball center field. Meadows out there waiting, and he'll make the catch. It ends the inning. Padres strand the pair. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 San Diego. Just started at 3:30 with Padres Live. Clayton Richard will be on the hill looking for his 3rd win against Nick Kingham, who will be on the hill 2-0 with a 2.92 earned run average going for the Pirates. Game 3 of the series. They'll play day baseball in the finale on Sunday before the Padres move on to Washington, D.C. New pitcher on for San Diego, third arm used by Andy Green. It's Craig Stammen.
Mr. Reliable, since joining the Padres in 2017, his ERA .95. That's right, you heard it right, .95 against NL Central teams. Great splits from Craig, now his 19th game, and just impeccable control. Only 4 walks. Righty's only hitting .195, lefty's .216.
Elias Diaz leading it off here for Pittsburgh. Padres pen been used a lot. Most innings pitched by a pen. 176 in a 3rd innings. That's tops.
Yeah, not a good thing.
Bullpen's been good, but used a lot.
Yep, need the starters to go deeper in a game.
Ground ball left side. Galvis sits short. Diaz retired. 1 down here in the 8th inning. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
1 and 2, good on for 3 and 4. Padres 1 and 2 hitters, a walk, 2 hits, 2 stolen bases, a run. I'll take that. 3 and 4 hitters, 3 hits, 2 runs batted in. No free outs for the Pirates. Padres no errors, 1 double play turned this evening.
There is Austin Meadows, 2 hits in his major league debut. A check swing. Fly down to center in his first big league at bat in the 2nd inning, but singles in the 4th and 6th inning. Starling Marte had 2 hits in his major league debut, July of 2012.
Good pitch.
to center field. Jankowski going back onto the track to make the catch in front of the 399 marker and straightaway center.
You know what? He's had 4 plate appearances tonight. 2 singles, as you mentioned, Don.
Wow.
And even in his first at-bat, I think he hit that ball pretty hard in his first at-bat when he flew to center field.
The ball just jumps off his bat. On a normal day with no breeze,
yeah,
that ball's gone.
That's up into the shrubbery.
Yep. Not tonight. 2 down in the 8th. And Jordy Mercer, shortstop for Pittsburgh. He is grounded to short. He's walked intentionally, and last time up, flied out to the warning track in left field. Another ball that was knocked down by the wind. On the ground, off of Stammen. He'll race to get it, and his throw will be late. It's a hit for Mercer. Tough to tell where Stammen took that ball. Looked like on the side, maybe. Says he's okay.
Right off the rump.
So 2 down, Mercer at first. And it's going to be Osuna who pinch hits. Pinch hit in last night's game, and here is Jose Osuna. 286, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. In Kyle Crick's spot, who went 2 innings. Go to first, and back is Mercer. Brad Hand getting ready in the pen. That's a strike, and it's 0-1. Top of the zone.
Well, if Osuna finds some way to get on, it'll be the top of the order. Left-handed hitting Adam Frazier. He is on deck. Will we see Brad Hand come in, possibly for a 4-out save? Other right-handers on the bench for Clint Hurter: Francisco Cervelli, Sean Rodriguez, the only other 2. I meant to say Clint Hurtle.
In the dirt, and it's 1-1.
Did I say Clint Hurtle?
I don't know.
I meant Clint Hurtle.
I knew who you meant.
Yeah, there he is.
That's the guy.
Right there.
Yeah. Manager of the Pirates.
Yep.
Former manager of the Rockies. I can't believe it's been 8 years for him here.
A long time,
yeah.
huh?
One pitch coming up to Osuna, the pinch hitter. And it's strike 2.
Good pitch.
Able to get Diaz to ground out to short. Meadows flied out to the warning track in center. Mercer aboard on the infield hit off of the hip area of Craig Stammen. He reached.
Fastball away.
Osuna grounds it softly down the third baseline. Spangenberg barehanded, no play. Off the bare hand, puts the tying run in scoring position. Do or die play.
You know, Osuna was getting down the line quickly. I think that's the only play that Corey had as this chopper out in front of home plate. He realizes he's got to go. Now the race is on. Top of the palm. Can't grip it. He was getting down the line quickly.
2 on, 2 down. Adam Frazier, the batter. Frazier walked twice against Tyson Ross, then grounded out and flied out. Both the walks turned into runs in the first and third innings. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Now the Pirates stranded 2 in the 7th inning. Stammen trying to strand 2 here in the 8th inning. A 1-run lead for the Padres. In tight for ball 2. Tyson Ross for 6 innings, giving up the 2 runs the Pirates have. Kirby Yates an inning. Greg Stammen trying to go an inning, has gone 2/3 so far. Strike call, 2-2. Just did get that inside corner.
Tell you what, Craig Stammen, he hits the corners with the best of them, doesn't he? Fastball and breaking ball alike. Good command of those parts of the plate.
Two to Frazier. Ball 3, and that was close. So now the runners will get a start with 2 down and the full count. That changes some things.
Yeah, that one misses down and in. Good call.
A tying run at second base and Jordy Mercer, the go-ahead run at first base, and Jose Osuna.
Infielders getting dirty on a ground ball towards the hole.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. First walk allowed by Stammen. That's the 3rd time that Frazier, the leadoff hitter, has walked tonight. And we are going to see Brad Hand in this 8th inning. It's like a double switch in the works here for Andy Green, who makes his way towards home plate to talk it over with Ted Barrett. So bases loaded, 2 down, last of the 8th inning. Right now Padres have a 3-2 lead. Closer Brad Hand will be coming in here for San Diego. So we step aside in the 8th from Pittsburgh. Eighth inning, all of a sudden Pirates have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Stammen could not get through the 8th. So Brad Hand coming on looking for 4 outs. Right now looking for a huge out in the 8th inning.
He's held opponents scoreless in 14 of his last 16 appearances against Pittsburgh. He's 1-0, 8 career games with a 1.8 ERA and 2 saves. No room for error right here, with the Padres leading by a run.
Part of the double switch, Caesar now moves from right field to left field. Margot is into center field, and Jankowski moves from center to right. Brad Hand into the game. Gregory Polanco with the bases loaded here for the Pirates. On the corner for strike 1. Mercer at third, Osuna at second, Frazier at first with 2 outs here in the 8th. Again, the Pirates left 2 on in the 7th and trying to strand 3 in the 8th. Strike 2, and it's 0-2. Nine of 9 inherited runners stranded by Brad Hand. Oh, 2 to Polanco. Too far away. Polanco not chasing. 1-2. .250 Ks since 2016.
That's some pretty good company.
Second to Dylan Betances. Could use one right here. Mm. 2-2. First fastball we've seen, and it missed. All this coming with 2 outs in the inning. Mercer with the infield hit. Osuna the infield hit. The walk for Frazier to load the bases. After Stammen got the first 2 outs, now Hand with a 2-2 pitch. Ball 3, full count. And no place to put Polanco.
Looked like it was off the plate.
Payoff pitch to Polanco. On the ground to shortstop. Galvis will go to first, and out of the jam is Hand. Nicely done on a grounder to short. They'll leave them loaded. 3-2 Padres. To the 9th we go.
Polanco, he starts him off quickly, 0-2. Now, he's going to throw some chum out there. He's not biting. Fastball, that's the only one of the at-bat. Just misses, go full. 3-2, here we go. Has to protect. Slick fielding shortstop, Galvis, the old 6-3 play. High fives all the way around. Brad Hand coming through. Doesn't seem to be phased one bit.
And coming up is Rafi Lopez to lead it off here in the 9th inning. Padres looking to obtain some insurance. And the new pitcher, Richard Rodriguez, for the Pirates.
Well, the rookie, he recorded his first major league win, Pittsburgh 6-5 win against the White Sox. That was a few days ago, his 13th game. Really good numbers. I mean, the strikeouts, 27 strikeouts in 15+ innings. Righties, though, hitting a 333 clip.
Lopez fouls the first one off to the left. 0-for-3 in the game tonight. Popped out and grounded out twice. Down 0-2. And Wilmar go, then Freddie Galvis anticipated here in the 9th inning. Swing and a miss, and Lopez strikes out to open up the 9th inning.
Well, you can see why Rodriguez has all those strikeouts. Very firm fastball, and he pounds the zone. He just goes right after Rafi. Inner third with the heater.
One down in the 9th for Manuel Margot. Part of the double switch last inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes strike one. Richard Rodriguez taking over for Kyle Crick, who went 2 innings, allowing no hits, no runs. Walked 2, 1 intentionally, and struck out 2. Von Nova, the starter, on the hook right now. Another bunt showing, another strike, 0-2. Average slipping under 200 for Margot at 195.
Wow, showing bunt 0-2.
3rd time in a row.
Yeah.
And he bunts at it. Back to the mound. Rodriguez throws him out.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. Is it possible he didn't realize he had 2 strikes on him? I don't know. 2 down.
I'm flummoxed.
So 2 outs here in the 9th, and it brings up Freddie Galvis. 1-for-3, single in the 3rd. This one straight back to the screen, foul for strike 1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, Dickerson, Bell, and Moran. 3, 4, and 5 expected for the Pirates. High for ball 2. Lopez struck out. Margot grounded out. 2 down. Outfield on the shallow side and pretty much straight away. As Galvis takes a hack at a high fastball, foul tipped it. 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Rodriguez in that high fastball at 95. Padres offensively have gone quiet. They've not had a hit since the 6th inning. Galvis strikes out on the high heater. So 1-2-3 ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth. More Brad Hand. 3-2 Padres. How about this check swing double by Eric Hosmer to left field? That would set the table for Franchi Cordero to drive him in to put the Padres on top 3-2. That's a go-ahead run. Cordero into second on the throw. Kirby Yates getting out of a jam. That was in inning number 7 as he got out of the jam, striking out a couple. And then Brad Hand with the bases loaded in the 8th inning. It's a ground out to Freddie Galvis. And the score remains the same, 3-2. Padres on top. To the bottom of the 9th we go. And a first pitch strike to Corey Dickerson. Leads it off here for Pittsburgh. And a single and an RBI back in the 3rd inning. 1 for 4 night and leads it off here in the 9th.
Well, now for the season, left-hander Brad Hand, left-handed batters 0 for 26 off the Padres closer.
Dickerson fouls it off, finds himself down 0-2. Dickerson, Bell, and Moran expected in the inning. Dickerson lines it to left. Caesar coming in, dives, can't catch it. Kept it in front of him and throws to second base, and there he is, safe. Whoa, just got in. Caesar making the diving bid, then throws, and just into second base with a leadoff double is Dickerson.
What a great effort by Matt Caesar. Let's see how close it was. Oh, the ball looked like it went under him a little bit, and thank goodness the ball doesn't get by him. Manuel Margot was backing him up, and great hustle by Dickerson, and then the play at second. Oh, does he stay on the bag?
Padres are challenging this call at second base. Throw beat him. I'm not sure the tag did.
Yeah.
Looks like Aswahi went after the tag there, not the hands, which that right hand of Dickerson looks like it may have gotten in. We'll see. They're both looking at it, not sure. Crowd looking at it on the big board, as is Suahe. Ted Barrett and Tom Woodring, the second base umpire, looking at it, waiting to hear from New York.
My gut feeling is that this one's going to stand.
Mine too. Of course, call on the field, always important, and it was safe. And they have come to a decision. Safe. Double to start the ninth inning for Corey Dickerson. Right hand in. It doesn't look like that tag came till late, and he didn't come off.
Yep.
Now Josh Bell. Bell thought about it, but takes strike one. Oh for 1 in his career against Hand. Bell lines one foul out ahead. Down 0-2. And gets a new baseball, rubs it up, heads in behind the mound. In the midst of a meeting with himself, comes back up on top. Now peering in. Timeout call as Hand was looking out at second base for a while, and Bell asked for time, got it from Ted Barrett.
The one thing, the one quality Brad Hand possesses is he's cool. Cool hand, right? You don't know whether the bases are loaded. You don't know if he's got 2 outs, 2 strikes, nobody on. He's the same all the time.
Bell lines it foul into the seats down the right field line. Trying to work his way around a double that starts this bottom of the ninth. Came in a bases loaded 2-out situation. The eighth, got the ground out. Now a double starts the ninth. Dickerson at second base. Bell with a swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Made him look bad on that one. 1 down in the ninth.
Great pitch, ugly swing. It's the Brad Hand slider. Just tried a feeling for that one. Wanted to hold up. Nope. Past the point of no return. Cannot hold up. That's a big out for Brad Hand.
So 1 out in the ninth inning, and Colin Moran coming up. Actually going to be Sean Rodriguez. Moran called back. Rodriguez going to pinch hit. Started last night's game, comes off the bench tonight. Good numbers against Hand, 3 for 4, including a double and a home run. When he rejoined the Pirates last year, walked it off against the Padres. Now trying to tie it up here. 31 games, 189 average. And he takes strike one. Tying run in scoring position, and Corey Dickerson at second base with 1 out in the 9th. Oh, and 2.
It's almost as if when in doubt, Brad Hand goes to the slider. He's got that much confidence in it. Lefties, righties alike.
Oh, 2 to Sean Rodriguez. Swung on and fouled off. We're talking about the walk-off that he had last year. Last season against Buddy Bauman. Walked it off August 6th. Bats with 1 out, runner at second base here in the last of the 9th inning. His team trailing by a run. Swing and a miss, and Rodriguez strikes out. Brad Hand with back-to-back strikeouts in the 9th. 2 down.
Get it out in front, spin it, and let her rip. And exactly where he wants it to. Just above the dirt behind home plate. Swinging right over the top of that slider.
So 2 down, and it brings up Diaz. 0 for 4 in the ball game. Having a very good season, though, hitting at .353 as he bats here with 2 down, and tying run at second base and Corey Dickerson. Diaz takes strike 1. And got the final out of the 8th, has 2 outs in the 9th. Away for ball 1. Well, the Pirates really had their opportunities, leaving 2 on in the 7th. Left the bases loaded in the 8th. Left 2 on in the 6th. They can go even further back. They've left 7 men on in the last 3 innings.
12 total up to this point. That the guy out there would be 13.
Ball and a strike to Elias Diaz. On the ground towards second base. Aswahe will go to first, and the throw off the mark, but he keeps the foot on the bag. Does Hosmer, and the Padres win. Throw was to the right field side, and Hosmer made the adjustment, kept the toe on the bag for the out. That ends the inning and the ball game. The Padres hold on and win it 3-2. Some fantastic pitching by Brad Hand to finish it off as the Padres take game 2. It is time for Padres Live. What's in store, Mike Pomeranz?